Welcome to Remelations. We're your hosts.
I'm Mindy.
And I'm Brooke. Remelations is a dream interpretation podcast where we read listeners' dreams, from nightmares to the just plain bizarre. Join us as we give you our comedic interpretation of your fucked up REM cycle. This week, I have a dream from June that's about skyscrapers and poison gas and respawning.
We also have cat naps that have to do with hot dogs and the Mexican cartel.
Oh.
Splashing around with the Dallas Cowboys.
Ow.
And Darth Vader stealing a car. So you'll want to stay tuned for all of that. And this week I'm talking about the topic of hibernation. We don't do it as humans, but there are a lot of animals that do. Why do they do it? What kind of animals do it? And let's talk about
it. Why don't we? Let's talk about it.
And why don't we? Good point. Why don't we? I could use a long nap right now.
I feel like I could too.
All right, bestie, wake up from that hibernation so you can listen to this podcast. And let's get started.
Woo! Hi.
Hello. Good afternoon. I'm working again for my closet.
Don't you just love it? Looks so nice and cozy.
Not really. And the youngest is in the basement just wrapping up a sleepover from yesterday, so I got moved to my closet.
Fun, though. Fun for her.
Yeah, fun.
I bet you're exhausted, though.
Always. I don't even know where I'm going. I haven't warmed up yet today. I'm like,
I haven't warmed up either.
Dead.
Oh, that's still too hot. Oh.
Did you just burn your tongue? In your whole mouth? That's not good for podcasting.
It's not.
Ice cubes.
It's been sitting out for a couple minutes. I thought it had cooled down by now.
A nice hot cup of tea. I mean, I love hot tea. It feels so good. It is good.
I've been surviving off tea and popsicles, and it's been delightful. It's been delightful.
It's almost like you're a 7-year-old trapped in an older woman's body enjoying the tea and the popsicles.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a weird dichotomy.
You can also just freeze tea. You can make tea popsicles. Have you ever seen that?
Oh, well, see, what I like, though, is I like the differentiate going from the hot and the cool. It just feels like I'm getting it from all angles, and the voice will come back eventually.
You're getting there. It's better than last week's episode. You're getting there.
Getting there.
Thumbs up. All right. Do you have a dream to start us off today?
I do have a dream today from June, and she is from L.A.
I love the name June. Beautiful.
June, yes. You don't hear it too much anymore. It's kind of...
Or May.
Or any other month. April. My name's September.
August doesn't really roll off the tongue as nicely.
September, Jennifer Althouse.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't roll off the tongue. So here's June's dream.
Okay.
I've always had a recurring dream of having been stuck inside of a skyscraper. The very top of the skyscraper was more research-based with a lab facility, while the lower ones were progressively more reception-focused with sculptures, help desks, etc.
Okay.
It doesn't sound, as usual, doesn't really sound too much out of the norm.
Sounds like a boring dream kind of so far.
Yeah.
Just a skyscraper.
That's how they start. Yeah, okay, well, good. I like that the lobby is decorated.
Yay for architecture.
Woo! For some reason, I was always compelled to escape this tower by any means possible, though any attempts I made to do so were met with me putting back under with poison gas.
Oh.
Ew.
What kind of... I don't like this building. You can't leave it?
I don't like this building. You can't leave it? But she knows she needs to get out. So what's happening? She knows something's wrong. Obviously, she's being gassed.
Are you in prison? Are you sure it's not prison?
Are you sure this is a skyscraper?
Are you sure those are just towers with guards on the outside? I don't know.
Are you fibbing to us?
Are you currently incarcerated?
That's okay. That's okay. We'll still take your dreams.
We all make mistakes.
We all make mistakes.
As long as they're not murder or violent crimes.
Or some other stuff. Yeah. Yeah. We'll take your dreams.
Petty theft.
But yeah, that's fine. That's petty. It's in the title.
It says in the title.
I always find this interesting with recurring dreams. And June continues by saying, each successive time I had the dream, I'd encounter the past version of myself who'd lead me up until the point of my previous failure to escape.
Oh, sounds
Which
like a
I think
video
is very-
game.
It does,
Like
right?
you
Like just you
respawn.
die and you respawn. I always got a chance to try and negotiate the obstacle in a more suitable fashion. So it's like she kept getting chances.
Kind of fun though. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, besides the poison gas and not being able to escape.
Besides that part.
Yeah, kind of like you said, you're learning. It's like a role playing game. You have to keep learning. Yeah.
You're finally gonna pass that level. Just keep trying.
Just keep trying. Oh, role playing games aren't for me.
Oh, I love them.
Sorry. I know my brother. Like, I'll lose him for like a week when he gets a new game. Like, I won't hear from him.
Yeah,
it'll be like 40 hours straight. Anyway, tangent. Outside of the building was a stone-based courtyard with a large shrub-lined wall surrounding it. I can't exactly remember the number how many times I failed to escape, but I do remember the one time I succeeded.
Ooh.
When I actually made it past the courtyard that time, the world in that dream looked completely different, as if it were a glimpse into the future.
Nice.
Ever since I had that dream, I haven't had that dream anymore. The final time I had it was sometime last year, while the first instance was at least 2 years ago.
Oh.
I know. I find it so interesting. The literal resolution, whatever is happening in her life, that's an actual end. Her dream stopped.
High five. Woohoo. Achievement unlocked.
Oh, no. Bonus level.
Oh, shit. She's back in the prison.
Oh, no.
It's funny because I think we have had a couple similar ones from other besties that were similar in the fact that once they got past the part that was repeating, they never had it again. That's incredible.
I think that's so cool. It's like you're so connected to yourself externally, like subconsciously and consciously, they're working together. Like, that's really cool. But I guess where we could start, we kind of already talked about, it starts in a skyscraper. Skyscraper really doesn't have anything to do with the dream. It doesn't seem like. It's just there. Yeah. It's kind of boring.
You can't just really like throw yourself out of a window of a skyscraper. You know, it's not like a one-story building where you can crack a window open or, you know, like there's less options.
You might break an ankle or something.
You might
and
smash your head in.
Hobble away, but not a skyscraper. But I did a little research on skyscrapers. And although it doesn't seem like that plays as much of a part in this dream, I think the symbolism is like dead on to whatever she might be experiencing, it seems like, whatever issue or obstacle. So obviously she's trusting her instincts. We know she's trying to get out. She doesn't really know why, but she's trying to get out. She knows she needs to move forward. She knows she needs to get to this future state outside. So I was reading, dreams about building like tall skyscrapers can reveal that you have an excellent opportunity to reach the peak you are looking for. But on the other hand, it can symbolize things are not going well because there's more effort to change the present and the future. So it's exactly kind of like what she's trying to do.
Sure.
And like I said, like she's connected to her problems and she's following her instincts. One more thing about skyscrapers real quick. When you're in a skyscraper, the dream wants to show you the path you must follow. And so I think that's interesting kind of from what you were saying, like how does she know exactly where to start again or who's helping her? This whole skyscraper is also trying to point her in the right direction. It's kind of like you're on your way to realizing your goals. And it's like, hello, this is relating completely to her. And that desire for the freedom and those results that she's looking for. So like you were saying, progressing in each dream, I thought that was the most fascinating part as well.
Yes.
Just because it really shows her tenacity. She's not giving up. She's fighting for herself, for her future, for freedom. She's fighting for all of that. And she's learning and growing in her dream. Like,
yes,
it's coming really across as growth within her dream. So I'm just curious, like, what she's feeling in her day-to-day life when she wakes up, if she's feeling progress in day-to-day life as she's kind of slowly chipping away in her dream life as well.
She's always trying something different.
Yeah.
There's sometimes there's not just one direct path, in life.
Yeah.
So to see her try different things, like, okay, well, maybe scaling the wall didn't work. Maybe we'll try bribing the guard next time. And maybe that didn't work. So we're going to try to sneak out in the laundry. You know, there's lots of options to escape from jail. Yeah.
You've got good options, Mindy.
Yeah. I mean, not like I've ever tried. I'm just...
Not successfully, at least. I broke you out once.
That was a delicious cake, though.
But again, that's like you said, many paths. And like the symbolism of a skyscraper in dreams is to show you your path. So there's a lot of intersecting symbolism in her dream. And I think the final stage of the dream being outside in the courtyard, she's not outside, but she gets into the courtyard. Sure. But it's still like this big stone wall. Like it still feels like imprisonment, like an old prison. Yeah. It's a literal and metaphorical obstacle depending on like if she's awake or if she's asleep. There's that big wall still, but we all know because it ends happily, she does get outside and she sees the world in a whole new way. So something big's going to happen for her. She's going to have an epiphany.
All of a sudden there's like flying cars. There's, the future. AI's running everything.
Yep.
Brooke's the president of the United States. Amazing.
Dun 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 dun.
I'll be your VP.
Yeah, be my VP. We'll have a fun administration.
Totally. Oh my God, I don't even know. I mean, we're just casting a whole crew for the cabinet. It'd be like,
oh gosh,
Brad Pitt.
Yep.
It would be.
If you want to be in our cabinet, you better give us your dreams. If you have to send us a dream to apply to be in the cabinet.
Yeah,
celebrities.
And we'd have the Secretary of Sleep, of course.
Oh, yes, of course. That's a new position. Yeah. That's going to be a tough one to
cabinet position. Very. Yeah, we're going to have to write those requirements.
Yes. It's going to be a lot of work.
We're going to change the flag to a big moon star.
Yeah.
The national anthem now becomes a lullaby. And
okay, well, but the future, it's for her is bright, like it's like not like literally, it's what the fuck?
Nope.
I cannot get my words out. This is
words are hard, Brooke. Words are hard.
Words are hard. Okay,
they're like the hardest thing.
Well, besides numbers.
Right, harder, agreed.
Yeah. But, she beat it. She beat it, and then the dreams ended. And I think that is also really cool, like you said. We've had similar dreams like that, but it's always fascinating to me when problem is actually resolved.
And there has to be some sort of correlation to real life because why else would it stop? After 2 years. Whatever she was working through in her waking life.
Yeah.
It was finally like, okay, we're good. You figured it out. And then that dream never came back. It's crazy. That's insane.
I think that's
good job, June.
So, yeah, thanks, June.
Well, thanks for sharing your dream, June. And if you want to share your dream, there's a way you can do that. And that's by going to remelations.com/support. Not only can you share your dream, but there's links to join our sleepover squad, buy merch, or join our Facebook group. Lots of ways you can support the show. Pick your favorite. Thanks, loves.
Mindy, it's time for cat naps. We love our cat naps.
All right. Well, I got a good one to start. And this one comes from Kate. And she is from Fort Myers.
Okay. Thanks, Kate.
I was in the backseat of my best friend's boyfriend's car as he was driving and she was in the passenger seat. I was in the back. It was dusk and we were on a highway surrounded by deep woods. Mm. We would... yeah. Woods and dreams don't mix.
No.
No, because it's usually dark.
Mm-hmm.
All of a sudden, we would see one small animal as roadkill. Oh. And then another. And then another. It would get more frequent, and the animals would keep getting bigger.
Okay.
I started having this heavy, dreaded feeling. We were headed to a cabin and turned on this dirt road into deeper woods. And it was full-on night. As we drove a little ahead, there was a huge, dead bear positioned standing up in the middle of the road.
What? Standing up?
I don't know.
It's like a stuffed bear. It's like a
taxidermy bear? We all started freaking out and yelling, and we turned the car around, and that's when I woke up.
Whoa, I would have turned the car around
When
earlier.
you saw that first animal?
Maybe after
Skunk?
as this started getting bigger and bigger and not stopping.
You're
Turn
like,
around. Take a different way.
squirrel, skunk,
Raccoon,
beaver, raccoon,
deer.
coyote,
Oh, coyote.
deer,
Yeah.
bear.
That's
You know
the
what's
order.
funny is, yeah, that's the order. We figured it out. Thanks. We didn't need Kate's
And
explanation.
where
We
are
got it.
they? Where are they driving with all of this variety
Crocodile,
of
yeah.
wildlife? Okay, my turn. Sorry, I didn't
Your
mean to
turn.
scream that. So I've got a short but sweet one here from Kevin from St. Paul.
Okay.
I remember once I had a dream that Darth Vader was chasing me all across town. The next thing I know is that I'm at a bakery with my dad. You know, that makes sense.
Yum.
Yeah, I know. When we exit the bakery, we see Darth Vader steal my dad's car. Seriously,
Rude.
why does he need a car? And that's it.
Agreed.
I'd be confused too, Kevin. I'd be confused too.
And Dad's just standing there with an armful of baguettes. Like, how am I going to get these home?
Ah, these are heavy. It's bread. How will I ever load these? Maybe Darth Vader left his TIE fighter or something there. Maybe it was a little switcheroo, but
Sure.
I feel like
that'd
that's
be fun.
I feel like that's a bad trade, though. I feel like that's not.
Depends on what kind of car it is.
Yeah, I guess, but I don't think anything's going to be cooler than something that can fly and shoot weapons.
Good point.
Well, thanks, Kevin.
Unless it's the Batmobile.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Also cool. That's pretty
Also
cool.
very cool. You're right.
All right. Thanks, Kevin. This one comes from Lou, and Lou's from Gallup, New Mexico. The dream started off being a great normal dream. They always do.
Mm-hmm.
We were at the Lakers championship reception. It was being held in a stadium. It was small and old. There were metal bleachers that went up a few rows, and my daughter is about 5 years old in this dream, although in real life she's only 2. My daughter takes a hot dog and throws a piece at my son, who is 8.
That sounds about right.
Are you sure?
Well, you know, throwing food at each other.
But she overthrew it and it hit someone in the stands.
Oops.
At the Lakers championship. I mean, watch out. I don't know what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Does it have ketchup on it?
Oh, it's gotta.
Are you a ketchup on it? Okay, so this is a big thing in
No,
Chicago.
you
Okay.
can't ask me this
Bestie,
question.
If
Okay,
you're
ask
if you're
besties.
from the Chicago area, yeah, bestie. So it's a Chicago thing. If you're from Chicago, you only put mustard on your hot dog. And it's blasphemy to put ketchup on it.
You put fresh tomatoes. You put
That's
fresh
true. You do put
tomatoes
fresh.
instead of ketchup.
Yeah, Chicago-style hot dog is a poppy seed bun steamed,
Mm-hmm.
an all-beef dog. We have sport peppers. You have
Relish.
your bright green relish.
Bright green
your tomatoes
relish.
and some celery salt.
And a full
Ketchup.
pickle.
And mustard.
And a full pickle
And a full
spear.
pickle. Mm-hmm. Delicious.
Delish.
Now, I didn't grow up total delish. I'm hungry already. But I didn't grow up in Chicago, so I put ketchup on my hot dog, and then Mark gives me an evil look. Like, I'm ruining it somehow. What say you?
Same. I did not grow up there, but when I did live in the Chicagoland area, it was like blasphemous. I mean, it
Yes.
was a sin. Like people would actually like get mad. I'm
sin.
like, it's tomato. It's all tomatoes. That's the only thing.
Don't commit hot dog sin.
I know. I mean, as long
You're taken
as
right to Cook County Jail.
you are, and you don't want to be there. If a hot dog offense is very serious.
It's so serious. And then you have to find a way to escape, and it's just so hard.
And then it's so hard. You can't get out of the goddamn prison. And all you want to do is go to Portillo's.
Okay. Well, now that we're dreaming of hot dogs, let's move along.
Okay. Yes. Yeah.
So his daughter throws a hot dog, hits someone in the stands. Just a piece of a hot dog, not a whole hot dog.
Not
And
the
it
whole
probably
one.
just had mustard on it.
But this is LA, Mindy. Maybe they don't have
that's true.
strict rules about. There could be ketchup
Good
on
point.
that hot dog.
Good point. Lou says, now I start to notice we are somewhere in Texas, near the Mexico border.
Okay.
We're surrounded by angry Mexicans. I'm from California, but I'm from Mexican heritage. And I began to have a very bad feeling after the piece of hot dog hit the stranger. Be a rumble. All over a hot dog. I mean, it's not like you're throwing knives or punches here.
No, it's a
kid.
piece of it's a kid, and it's a piece. It's like a bite of a hot dog, right? It's not like even the full.
Just the tip.
It's just the tip, people.
Of the dog. It's just the tip of the dog. Slow down and settle down.
Slow down and settle down.
All right. I told my wife and kids to run, and I ran a different way. I was being chased, but they were mostly kids that were chasing me.
What?
But you know what? As you get older, I'm sure like kids can go pretty fast.
Yeah, they can.
I then got some help from other attendees, and the chase stopped. But many people were still looking at us very angrily as we left the reception. We went home, and I told my wife we needed to move now. She didn't understand, and I didn't know either, but I knew we were somehow mixed up in something bad, and something bad was going to happen. For the next few days, everything was fine, until one day an older lady came to my house offering gifts for my kids.
A strange lady comes to your home.
Is it the other half of the hot dog?
Here's your gifts. No.
I didn't understand what was going on, but my wife was in between with her feelings, and we asked the old lady what this was all about. She looks right in my eye and says, "The cartel never forgets."
Oh, no.
You don't throw hot dogs at the cartel.
Don't.
That's not good.
Mm-mm.
Even if it's the tip.
Even if it's just...
At this point, we decided to kick her out of the house.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
After that, all of our friends and neighbors seemed to just keep eyeing us suspiciously and were no longer friendly to me and my wife or our family. It's like they were a part of it as well. We decided to leave the place after a couple days and only took a few bags with us, like we were going on a picnic, and left everything else behind in our home. Our sofas, our TVs, our beds, etc. They're on the lam. They're on the run from the cartel.
From the cartel.
All over a hot dog.
All over a goddamn hot dog.
It's not like they stole their cocaine, man. Settle down.
Mean, what would happen then? I mean, good Lord.
I woke up after we walked out of our house, and now I can't go to sleep. And I woke up with my heart beating as if I had just ran a mile, and I had a huge headache. Sigh. Lou.
Lou, learn from your dream. Make sure your kids have good manners and do not throw food, whether it's intended target or not, is hit, because look what can happen. Very dangerous
never know.
times. Well, this is just a real short one. I was going to read only because it also involves professional sports. And it's only like a sentence long, but I'll share this real quick and then I'll share another one if that's okay with you.
Absolutely.
This is Lacey and she's from Ojai. We should go to Ojai, by the way. I've always wanted to go to Ojai in California.
Where's Ojai? Oh.
It's in California.
I thought you were missing the O at the... I thought you were saying Ohio.
Ohio. No. Oh, it's like OJAI or something like that. Ojai. Oh. It's like a meditation, peace, retreat. Like, you just go there and relax and renew. And I'm like, that sounds
lovely.
Lovely.
Okay.
Lacey.
We'll go.
Thank you. I was in a swimming pool with the Dallas Cowboys, but they were all just sitting in their full gear around the edge of the pool, watching me swim. Not exactly a nightmare, but was certainly uncomfortable. Yeah, I could see how
I
that
think
would
it might be hot.
Well, maybe if the dream had gone on a little longer, it could have been a little hotter, but it's still full gear. Full gear.
Full gear is the funny part. I mean, I could, if they were like in their little skivvies, in their little tighty whities.
Yeah, or like a little towel and you like, it falls and you give them a little snap on the fanny. Like,
because that happens in locker rooms. We know it.
Yeah. I'll take part in that game.
Whew, that is fun. That is fun.
Well, I'll share another one real quick since that one was a little short. Well, and it's funnily. Strangely enough, I have a dream kind of about the woods too. So I will continue. We always seem to have some kind of like intersecting dreams. But
matchy match.
This is Tasha from New Orleans, or New Orleans, or Nolans, however you want to say it. How do you say it?
We're not making the call.
Okay, good, because I don't want to.
I would. I know. I'm like, you don't want to put me on the spot because someone's gonna get mad. I would say New Orleans, but I know that's probably wrong.
I think that's a Midwestern, very Midwestern pronunciation. Yes. New Orleans, but I don't know. New Orleans. Anyway, it's a fun place.
It is.
I was in an apartment complex very similar to the one I lived in at the time, and every night we had to put up a force field to keep demons out. Demons that
I'm just like, it's like the blinds.
Demons that lived in a nearby forest. Mm-hmm. Anyway, one night I got accidentally locked out of the force field and the demons got me.
No. No.
They told me why they wanted to get into the complex so badly and that I had to become an agent for them to disable the force field so they could come inside. Turned out, the demons just wanted a nice place to stay as the forest life was damp and cold.
Well, then, just open the door.
Then it was fast forward like 6 months, and all demons were happy in their nice warm apartments, and the humans accepted them. And then I woke up.
There is so many life lessons we can take from that. Just be kind. Allow people in. Be nice.
Don't judge a demon by its cover. I mean, a demon by nature is evil because there's spirits that aren't evil. There's entities that aren't evil. Demons by nature.
But maybe they're just more misunderstood.
Maybe they're misunderstood demons. They're just friendly forest demons, and they don't want to catch a cold.
I don't blame them. It sucks. You're down for weeks.
And now they're all happy, and everyone's getting along, so... Problem solved. Thanks,
for
Tasha.
You. All right. Well, I've got an interesting one here from Susan. When I was a teenager, I lived in a northern town in California.
Oh, hi.
We're back, baby.
We're back.
I started having these really vivid dreams of this red-haired lady with blue eye makeup. Think Madame Medusa from the Rescuers movie.
Oh, that's
you ever watch the Rescuers?
That's a long time ago.
It's a long time ago, yeah. I mean, I can picture her.
I can
crazy.
See. It doesn't go. It doesn't go well.
If you have red hair, I might pick a different palette for your eyeshadow.
Yeah.
Just saying.
There's lots of pretty colors.
It's very 80s.
Well, yeah, if that's the movie they're referencing, you know.
Yeah. It sounds funny, but that's the only reference I can describe her as. Anyway. I had about 4 dreams all the same. Every time was the same. She was trying to curse me and convince people she was good. The dreams scared me so bad I would wake up terrified.
Oh.
I was a young child when I had these dreams. Eventually, my family and I moved to another town close to Sacramento. We were at a local grocery store. We were at a local grocery. Why is grocery store so hard to say?
Yeah, I was like groceries.
It's a weird
Why?
word.
And it's said every day. How come we're just this time of day is fucking us up, Mindy?
It's not working today. All right. We were at a local grocery store, and what do I see staring at me from behind the checkout stand? The same damn lady from my dreams.
No!
Red hair, blue eyeshadow. I freaked out, and my mom started asking me what was wrong. I left and went and sat in the car. I think I saw her one other time again after that, and she just stared right at me, like she knew she was in my dream. I've never dreamed about her ever again since then.
That's freaky. Oh.
No, it'd be fine if it's just a weird coincidence, but if she's staring at you, that's just
staring.
I don't like it.
I don't like it.
I don't like it at all. No.
Staring, no staring is good. Not even
don't stare at children.
Not even adoringly staring at someone that's so creepy too. Staring's creepy.
No, break eye contact, blink or something. Yeah. Don't stare.
Blink,
at me.
Yeah, just blink something to show that you're human.
A human, not
a robot.
Not a robot.
I've got one from Brian from Boston.
Brian from Boston. Nice alliteration there.
Oh, thank you. I didn't create it. That's just his name and where he's from.
Thanks. Still appreciate it.
But I appreciate you saying alliteration because I think that's very... You're welcome. Thank you. Sorry. Why do you,
it's like I forgot about...
How do you say it so deadpan? You're like, you're welcome.
It's funny because like those words that you never remember from like when you were kids, but then your kid, like my kids learned about it, and then it's like, oh, what's a homonym? Yeah. What's a synonym?
Right.
What's an alliteration? And you learn it all over again as an adult.
Well, I haven't. I have to have kids and learn. I know what a homonym and alliteration is.
There you go.
And onomatopoeia. That's one of my favorites.
Yep.
That's when what you say sounds like the word you're saying, like pow or bang. I don't know. Anyway,
tickle.
This might be our longest episode ever. We're trying to make it our shortest, but it might be long. Okay, Brian from Boston.
Okay.
When I was 6 or 7 years old, I hate when kids have scary dreams.
Yep.
When I was 6 or 7 years old, I dreamt it was storming outside, so I walked into my parents' room. I crawled underneath their blanket and in between my mom and dad. I was about to fall asleep, and lightning struck what seemed like right outside the window. I tried to wake up my parents, but they weren't waking up. A scarecrow popped up from under the bed and told me,
"Oh no,
this is terrible, right? Already I'm just scared. Like, why? Why?
There's no crows under the bed. There's no reason to be down there.
What? Can't be good. Can't be good." So a scarecrow popped up from under the bed and told me they are never waking up.
Ooh.
I screamed and saw my parents decaying in front of my eyes. I tried to run, but the scarecrow proceeded to eat me alive slowly.
Good Lord.
And then I woke up screaming. Oh, Brian.
Oh, no. So now my question is, was he still in his bed or was he in his parents' bed and fell asleep? You know, that's what I wonder. Because I'm like, could you imagine if your kid's like sleeping in between you and all of a sudden they have like this complete freak out moment? You'd be like, what the fuck's going on?
What's happening? Oh, my God. Poor guys.
That is awful. Oh, that's hard.
Scarecrows are creepy. I guess for a reason. Yeah. They're scaring the crows. But guess
They're
what?
Not called
they scare me too.
Children. They're not called scare people.
They're just scary in general, like with the burlap. It's just creepy looking.
They're awful. They're creepy.
Yeah.
They're creepy.
Yeah. Well, thanks for sharing, though, Brian.
Sorry about that.
Sorry about your scarecrow, dude. Sorry about your parents.
This next one comes from Mary Kate, and she's from Seattle. My childhood friend was using my grandma's house to get married.
Okay.
I was only invited last minute, and the wedding party was all dressed in white and pink.
Like it?
Brooke's like
I like pink. I like white.
Usually you don't wear white because the bride wears white. But hey, whatever you want to do is fine.
That's very true. It is a huge faux pas. But if the bride is choosing the bridal party to wear this color, I'll allow it.
Okay, well, here's some more rules. The wedding guests could only wear white, red, or yellow.
Interesting. Okay.
So we've got pink, white, red, and yellow.
Ugh. That'd be ugly pictures.
I don't like the palette.
From a photographer's standpoint, Mindy.
Yeah, not great.
From a person with eyes standpoint, not aesthetically pleasing.
She goes on to say, I was in the wedding party, but wasn't allowed to go with them to the venue.
What? She was invited last minute, then in the bridal party.
You're in the bridal party.
But you can't come.
You can't go. I also wasn't allowed to bring my husband or my kids. I wasn't allowed to pick out my bridesmaid dress. So I'm in pink sweatpants and a black shirt with a sash on it that says bridesmaid. Classy.
Sounds comfy.
Classy.
My question is, was that the last minute bridesmaid outfit? Did everyone else have like a nice dress on?
Gown.
And she's just in the sweatpants.
Well, she was invited last minute.
With
so
a
she's
sash.
Like, what do you have in your bag that's pink? And then here, just put this on. Just
she goes,
with it.
Runs to like Spencer's, gets a bridesmaid sash.
Yes. Like one you'd wear to the bachelorette party, but not to the actual wedding.
Well, I don't think you should wear a sash to the actual ceremony.
Can you imagine it just like a wedding party full of sashes?
Like, and the bride still has her like bachelorette one on that says bride or, one dick for life or something
Or
like
and then
that.
she can have a veil that has like penises attached to it, or
Be
like
beautiful.
Yeah.
Hey,
be
maybe
great.
someday for me. We could always keep these in the vault.
Yeah, keep them in the vault. I can wear sweatpants. I'm happy with that. I'm happy.
Comfy.
It's okay. Moving along, she says, meanwhile, all of our old friends from like 8th grade were there and in my backyard piling into white SUVs. I keep having to go inside and make sure everything is put away and cleaned up, and people keep yelling at me, telling me I'm late. She wasn't even supposed to go in the first place.
Well, yeah. And how about you give her a hand if you're so concerned about time?
And then it doesn't get better. Someone was inside my grandma's house insulting my hair and weight, and my husband was outside cursing them out. Good for him.
Good for him.
I never got to go to the wedding, but this is the most colorful dream I've ever had.
Literally.
Yeah.
Literally.
That's
Very
cool.
colorful.
I mean, the colors are fun. I don't like this friend, though. I don't think I would be signing up to be a bridesmaid, even if she asked last minute.
Well, it's like even getting invited last minute, let alone being asked to be in the bridal party last minute.
And then not being allowed, and then someone just criticizing you.
Criticizing you and having you be their maid, like cleanup crew for all the food and mess they made.
Awful.
Rude. I say rude.
Don't even look for that card in the card box, because there's not going to be one.
Or I'm going back into the card box and taking mine out.
And I'm going to have a whole lot of drinks.
Yep, and that's my cleaning fee. So thank you very much.
Right. Well, thank you for sharing that, Mary Kate. That was a funny one.
It was. Thank you.
The thing I love about sleep.
Oh, it's the best.
Now, just imagine if you could do it like longer.
Oh, I dream about that every
longer. Let's
day.
talk about hibernation. Welcome
I wish I were
to
a bear.
Mindy's Science Corner.
Yay! Is this a new thing?
But I like weird stuff like this.
I know
And it's
you
got
like
animals
science. We can
and
have
it's got
Mindy's-
science. So we are in
Best of both
like
worlds.
the peanut butter jelly of our podcast.
In the groove.
All right. So if you don't know, and if you've lived under a rock and you don't know what hibernation is, it's a state of minimal activity and, here we go, metabolic depression undergone by some animals and species in nature.
Good fucking job.
I mean, but you've probably heard before, bears hibernate. I mean, isn't that the most common animal you've heard? Have you?
That's the first thing that.
Do you know any other animals that hibernate?
Yeah, there are, but you got me in a weak moment. I'm a little intoxicated.
So bears, but everyone thinks bears, right? Yeah,
Bears. Oh, and Han Solo, because he got hibernation sickness.
Oh.
When he got in that carbonite. So
We'll go with that. It wasn't on my list. It wasn't on my bingo card.
He's technically.
but okay.
Humans are technically animals.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Well. So the thing about hibernation is it's almost like a deeper sleep, but not really. So we're gonna get into it a little bit.
Okay, yeah, let's hear it because I'm curious.
It's always
now.
categorized by physiological changes in your body. So we're talking your body temperature dropping, your breathing
Like
slows,
winter.
and your heart rate slows. And so does your metabolic rate. So if you, it'd help you lose a little weight. If you wanted to like just go into hibernation, you can just eat all those
I
fat
need to
stores.
hibernate all the time.
Like if it was that simple, bestie, like let's just go hibernate.
Sign me up.
You can sleep
I mean,
and lose weight at the
that's
same
really
time.
what I wanted to do.
Fantastic.
That I can't think of anything better at the moment. Two of my favorite things: losing weight and sleeping.
If you could do both, oh my God, perfect, right?
I mean, right.
But you most commonly think that hibernation happens in winter, but actually, there are some animals that hibernate in the hot tropics as well.
you know what? If I were hibernating, I'd probably do it during the summer too.
Yeah.
Because I don't do well with heat.
You'd
so I'd
rather be that
just
one.
Sleep right through
I
it.
would, on the opposite side of the scale, I would hibernate through winter if I could have my choice. I'd be.
Well, who hibernates in the summer? What?
So there are some tropical, it's called estivations, when they actually hibernate during hot and dry months. So
I like
there
these
are
things.
certain animals in the tropics that will, because it's so hot out, they can't even go out and hunt. They'll go into hibernation state.
Yeah. See, that would be me totally.
But what causes animals to go into hibernation in the first place? Usually it is a rough time of year. So whether it be heat or cold, or also due to a shortage of food.
Or if you just don't want to go into the office and you're
I'm
like, sorry, this is my
hibernating. I'm going to
hibernating.
have to take a few days off.
I need a sabbatical. I'm hibernating.
They say it's beyond sleep because in sleep, our temperature drops a little bit, our heart rate drops a little bit, but not as much as in hibernation.
It's
more so. If we think about animals and certain kinds of animals that hibernate. So, for example, bears. Before they hibernate, they fatten up a little bit. So they can go from anywhere from 8,000 calories a day to 20,000 calories a day before they hibernate. They're just getting all the good food. They're just eating all that fried chicken.
20,000?
They're just eating all that Chick-fil-A.
I mean, I know they like salmon. That shit ain't that fatty. Maybe that's why it's one of the only fish I like.
But so when they hibernate, they just get all that fat. They just store it up. And that's really what fuels their body while they're sleeping. So there's two different types of animals. There's what we would consider cold-blooded animals. Think of things like snakes, lizards, and warm-blooded animals, mammals, and birds. But this type of thing can be misleading when it comes to hibernation. So whether they're endothermic, those are the animals whose body temperature depends on the ambient temperature.
Okay, so they're surrounding
Or
area.
endotherms, which are, by contrast, they regulate their own body. So us as humans, we're endotherms. So
reptiles and other non-mammals use
exactly. So our bodies regulate their heat by consuming the fuel in our bodies. We burn through our fat, and that's what keeps our temperatures regular. Unlike a lizard, when it's cold, it's going to go sit on a rock.
Yeah, I mean that's the easier way to do it. Honestly, just sit on a rock.
Oh
in the
my
sun.
God, I'd be so happy just doing that. All right, so the question is why do they know it's time to hibernate? Is they have an alarm set? They're just like, I'm getting kind of tired. I need to.
It gets to like a certain temperature, hot or cold, and they're like, "Yep, about that time."
But that is really how it works. So it's things such as lack of food for birds, or as the days get shorter and they realize there's less light in the air, they'll actually know it's time to hibernate. So like bears, for example, they usually find they make a place, a home for hibernation, a den, so to say. And they will know by the days getting shorter and the light getting less and less during the day, it's time to start building that den and start eating all those calories and getting ready.
It's pretty impressive if you think about it.
But it's just their bodies having a way of saying, like, I need to conserve this time of year because the food's not there or it's too cold. And it's like a natural way for them to protect themselves.
They've like outsmarted their weaknesses. Like, I know I can't hunt. I know it's going to be fucking cold. I'm just going to sleep through this.
Here's the interesting thing I found is when you hibernate, your brain is actually more awake than it is when you're sleeping. So your brain, they say in the animals, the brain is stimulated more during hibernation than sleeping. So it's actually not like sleep, even though that's what we're like brought up to believe. Like hibernation is sleeping. It's just the only the physiological changes that make it hibernation. Your brain is actually not sleeping. So it's just your slower breathing rate, your slower heart rate, your lower body temperature is what makes it hibernation. Your brain is still active as fuck.
That sounds like kind of like sleep paralysis to me.
What the hell?
Doesn't sound, I mean, it's sounding less and less like something I want to do now that you're getting into it.
And here's something, speaking of burning fat in animals. So animals have what's called a set point. It's a point that their body temperature gets to when it starts actually burning the fat in itself. So, for example, brown Arctic squirrels, their freezing point is set below freezing. So they don't actually start burning their reserves until the temperature drops below 32 degrees Fahrenheit.
Really? That's so fascinating. How do I not know any of this? You blow my mind.
I know you love animals.
You always come up with... I know, but I guess I don't know about hibernation.
But here's something interesting. So we talk about all their physiological changes, right? So for example, a chipmunk's heart rate beats. A chipmunk's heart rate normally beats 200 times per minute.
Jesus. Well, they're
Yeah,
tiny.
they're little baby
and
hearts.
They just...
In hibernation, it beats 5 times per minute.
What? That's incredible.
Okay, bats, hearts, thousands of times a minute. They're like super crazy. Their hearts are like, like,
They're like, okay, no caffeine
they're like
bats.
Nature's caffeine
Take it
heart.
down a notch.
In hibernation, they actually drop down to 25 beats per minute, which was really slow for them. But here's the crazy thing about them. They breathe sometimes once every 2 hours.
The bats?
Bats.
They're mammals. That's
And if you're a box
fascinating
turtle, you
to
can
me.
shut down your breathing practically completely. And their heart beats once every 10 minutes.
Wow. This is better than any Nat Geo show I've ever seen.
Let me bring out my chart. No, I'm just kidding. No charts tonight.
Yes, please. I want you to have one of those old school things like in school where they pull
Oh,
down the map.
yes. Like the projector screen? It's behind the projector screen, yes.
And then you had to like kind of tug down on it like twice for it to go back up.
So although we consider them sleeping, it's really a fallacy. They're not really sleeping. Their minds are awake. It's just changes in their body that makes it slower, that makes it seem like they're sleeping. Many of animals wake up during hibernation to eat if they have to. For example, bears will wake up at certain times to graze and eat their stored food. The other thing they have to do is use the bathroom.
Oh, yeah. I never even thought about that. How does that
Well,
work?
often they don't eat enough to poo.
Oh, right. So they're just
just taking everything in and they're just burning it and metabolizing
what
the
they
body.
have already
And
in their
even
body.
like bears, they can recycle their pee. So they don't even have to do that.
What do you mean they don't pee? Like what
So
do you-
all those enzymes and those protein
Yeah.
enzymes, they'll actually absorb them back into their body systems.
How do I learn how to do this? Because this is something very handy on plane rides, car trips.
Just go into a hibernation state, Brooke.
Okay.
Just
well,
do
I'll
that.
get my heart rate down to 2 beats per minute.
Bump,
Give me a second.
bump. Even on my best day, I can't. Can you imagine? So those are just some fun hibernation facts and proving it's not really sleeping. It's something totally different, but I thought it would be kind of fun to bring
That's
up.
awesome. Yeah. I wonder, do they dream when they're hibernating? Do they get to like a REM state?
because their brains are so active. They actually are not.
But how do
that
they?
point.
So how does their body? I mean, I know their body like slows down, but are they really getting rest if they can't turn their mind off?
Actually, that's the thing. They say some animals show signs of sleep deprivation when they wake up from hibernation. They
believe it
actually
now.
will wake up from hibernation and sleep for a long period of time because their brains have not really shut down during this whole time.
That's so fascinating. Thank you for that. I love that.
As though it sounds like a fun thing to hibernate for winter, I don't know. I don't know anymore.
I'd still give it a whirl.
Yeah, well, if you get to
I'd give it a
consume all
try
those
once.
calories beforehand and just chill.
Be like, oh, hibernation's not for me, but I already ate 20,000 calories. Sorry. I'd rather drink my calories, so maybe I'll have just a bunch of wine.
Then you'll have to that's a lot of enzymes to absorb into your body, though.
My body gets rest because it's just absorbing its own enzymes.
Nothing but enzymes. You have a busy week, don't you? Because I think you have a couple weddings
Yeah, I have
coming
a
up.
busy couple weeks. I sure do. Yeah, I mean, it's wrapping up to the end of summer, so it's weddings galore. I had an amazing, amazing wedding in Arizona. It was great. It was my cousin. It was absolutely lovely. Happy to be home, but just for a split second because I have another wedding that I'm standing up in. So it's a busy, busy time for me, but it's also fun and exciting.
Do you have your sash ready? Do you have?
I have it.
Good.
Mine,
and your pink sweatpants?
Sweatpants and a pink sash.
Yeah,
but
Sydney
there's no top though, so I gotta be careful how I
how you
maneuver
position
the
that
sash. Yeah, so it'll be tricky.
Yeah, I'm sure Sydney
gonna
would
look good,
appreciate
though.
that. Yeah, yeah,
It's gonna look good.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see
You
pictures.
normally everyone looks at the bride, but Brooke's just coming down in a sash top and some pink
With a little-
sweatpants and a shimmy.
I
and a shimmy,
better.
of course.
Oh, I better not shimmy. That's just.
Oh
that's
yeah, that's
just
true. You could slip a nip.
wardrobe
Real easy.
malfunction waiting to happen. But yes, lots of wedding. Very excited. It's a lot of
That time
fun
of year.
and Good time of year.
It's exhausting though, being in weddings and attending. It's fun. It's something to look forward to, but especially when you're in a bridal party. I mean, it's financially a big commitment.
Yes.
It is a time commitment between the showers and the bachelorette, and then the day, and then the money for hair, makeup,
dress,
shoes, dress. It's just,
guys don't get it. They rent a tux and they return it.
Yeah, but
they
tux
don't have
aren't cheap either.
They don't have, but they get it. The money. I mean, they don't get the money back, but they just rent it.
Yeah, but these days, you'll be surprised. Guys, tuxes for groomsmen can be anywhere like up to $200 now. Like, I mean, that's like average is $200. I think Mark for our wedding.
I still don't feel sorry.
Okay, well, that's fine.
They don't have showers. They don't.
That's true.
Buy those.
They get to go to like Vegas,
hair,
and
makeup, any of that stuff. So whatever. I'm just kidding. But yeah, you're right. It is a lot of work, and especially traveling. Like when you have to fly somewhere, and then you only have like a split second before the next festivities begin. So, but yeah.
So you're
How about you?
You're gonna be like just dead tired after this weekend.
I'm gonna be a little sleepy. I think I might just take a day.
I can't wait to hear all about it.
Yes, I know. I can't wait to have some more details.
I hope it's a beautiful wedding, and I hope your friend Sydney has a beautiful day.
Oh, well, thank you. She'd appreciate that.
Yeah.
What about you? Did you do something fun that I maybe heard whispers of?
Yeah. Well, you saw some pictures for my youngest twin's birthday. Her birthday's the twins will be turning 18 in November. She loves live music, and so we decided for her birthday we'd go to the Paramore concert. And so that was a lot of fun. It was in Milwaukee, so we kind of made a whole day out of it.
Like I said, you are an awesome mom. You do such fun stuff.
It was fun. It was exhausting. I mean, we got up there early. We kind of did some shopping. We did some thrifting. She loves thrift shopping.
Yeah.
Had some lunch. Went to the lakefront. Yeah, I guess that's the right word. Went to the lake, kind of saw everything there. And Milwaukee's a cool town, so we just kind of bummed around all day. And then the concert was the evening. It's only about an hour and 40 minutes from our house. Not bad, because we're in the northern suburbs. So it was a drive back, but we didn't get home until like 1:30. So I'm tired. I'm tired, Brooke.
You're tired?
I'm tired.
Oh, I'm sorry.
But it was a lot of fun. Amazing concert. Hashtag, I'm going to have to hashtag here because Hayley Williams.
Ooh.
Amazing artist. I mean, there's a lot of artists that use backtracking for their concerts.
Yeah.
Not her.
Not
everything that comes out of the speakers is her voice, and she's got an incredible voice, very energetic. I'm watching her bounce around stage, and I'm like, I am just sore watching you dance on stage and sing. Like I don't know how she does it. Incredible.
I don't know how they sing so powerfully every night on tour too. I haven't had a voice for like 10 days and I don't do anything.
Right?
Well, I guess I do talk loudly, but I mean, still, how do you belt it out? Like, it's amazing.
Yeah. So I am going to ask that incredible woman, hashtag, what does Hayley Williams dream?
Awesome.
I'm sure it's beautiful. It's bright. It's probably dancing.
It's probably just a
wonderful
epic show.
Yes, just a carnival. And there was like confetti and fire curtain, lights. And it was a really fun time with my daughter.
Yeah, it's nice that you get to have one-on-one time.
Yes.
It's always special.
Yeah, and so we, there's one song that we were looking forward to, and we just kind of both got teary-eyed. We put our arms around each other, and it was, a wonderful mom-daughter moment. Here's an interesting story. The show starts. They maybe are 3 bars into the first song when someone passes out in the pit. It seems. So, they stop the show. Of course, she's like, hold up, and, all the musicians stop. We want to make sure this person gets out safely. And so, they brought over, a stretcher.
I've never seen that happen. A show stop.
Yeah, just stop. And she's like,
we just want
everyone quiet. We want to make sure this person's okay.
That's amazing.
Yeah. And then as soon as they, she was kind of taken care of by the paramedics, they started the whole show over from the top. It was woohoo, fun again. But
wow.
Yeah, very considerate, very caring.
Yeah, that's lovely. I like to hear stuff like that.
And then she brought this little girl up on stage to help sing a song because it was her first concert, and she was maybe 7 years old. She was adorable. Got up there with her dad, and got to help sing.
With her dad, his daddy-daughter date night.
Yeah.
That's so cute.
So much fun. So yes, Haley, please let us know what you dream. I would love to know. And
Yes.
oh, and then if you don't know, I would love to go to Europe because Paramore is now opening for Taylor Swift on her European tour. So I'm like,
boy,
those are my top two bands,
boy.
my top two performers. I would love to go. Hey, bestie, if you are in the UK somewhere and Europe and you'd like me to come say hi, yeah, let me know. I just need a free place to stay.
She just needs a reason to go.
It's for the podcast, Mark. I swear.
For the podcast. I'm sorry. I have to do it.
My fans, our besties are requesting it. I'll bring you with, Brooke.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome. All right, bestie. That wraps up another episode. Before you go, we want you to tell a friend about the podcast. Just one person that helps us grow. You can tell anyone on the Dallas Cowboys. I don't care if it's anyone from the cheerleader to the punter to the equipment manager. Just tell someone from that organization about the podcast. Please. You can also tell your red hair, blue eyeshadow nemesis about the show. Maybe give her a little fashion tip.
Yeah, sounds like she needs it.
Or you can tell your favorite Mexican cartel member.
Ooh.
Just gently hand them the hot dog, though, because they do not like when they're thrown at their faces.
No.
Not a fan. But just tell one person about the show. That's, again, the best thing you can do for us is just to share our show with someone.
Thank you. Thank you so much to June for sharing your dream about your skyscrapers and poison gas and respawning. It was great. It was great. And also to all of our catnap submissions. We had a great time. Thank you so much.
All right, bestie, that wraps up another week. We love you.
Mwah.
We appreciate you very much. And until next time, sweet dreams, bitches. Okay.
Always, always fun.